You're dead to us. Those words still ring in my ears, even after 12 years. My mother spat them at me like venom, her perfectly manicured hand trembling as she pointed toward our mansion's grand entrance. My father stood behind her, his face carved from stone, while my brother Levi smirked from the safety of the drawing-room doorway. My name is Nancy, and that was the day I chose love over legacy. I won't marry Marquise, I had told them moments earlier, my voice steadier than I'd expected. I'm marrying Cameron. The crystal decanter shattered against the wall, missing my head by inches. My father's aim was usually better than that. That nobody? He roared. That scholarship charity case who dared to look above his station? I'll destroy him, Nancy. I'll make sure he never works in this city again. He's a good man, I said. He loves me for who I am, not what I represent. My mother's laugh was brittle. Who you are. You're nothing without us, nothing without the Jordan name. Then I'll make my own name. That's when she said it, when she killed me with words. Now, 12 years later, I'm staring at an invitation that's making my hands shake. Heavy cream cardstock, gold embossing, the works. The Oakwood Club's logo gleams in the corner, that exclusive sanctuary where my family holds court every Sunday. Reconciliation dinner, I read aloud, my voice echoing in my home office. To heal old wounds and restore family bonds. My phone buzzes. It's Chelsea, my cousin, and the only family member who didn't completely cut me off. Did you get it? She asks. Yeah, surprised they remembered my address. Something's up, Nance. Levi's been making weird calls, talking about family unity. It's not like him. I drum my fingers on my desk. What have you heard? Nothing concrete, but... She hesitates. There are whispers about financial troubles, big ones. Of course, they don't want reconciliation. They want something from me. The marketing firm I built from nothing has become a media empire. The kind of success story that makes the business pages. The kind that might make estranged family remember your existence. Are you going? Chelsea asks. I look at the invitation again, then at the framed photo on my wall. It's from my wedding day. Me in a $100 dress from a consignment shop. Cameron in his only suit. We're laughing, deliriously happy, unaware of the struggles ahead. Yes, I say. I think it's time. Nancy, they'll try to manipulate you. You know that, right? I smile, thinking about the secret I've been keeping, about the letter my grandfather left me before he died, about the shares I now control, about how I've spent years quietly becoming the majority owner of their precious Oakwood Club. Let them try. After hanging up, I dial another number. Donovan, the club manager, answers on the first ring. Mrs. Wise, he says, using my married name, the one that got me disowned. How can I help? The Jordan family has booked a reconciliation dinner. Yes, ma'am, your father's secretary made the reservation this morning. Table 12, their usual spot. I close my eyes, remembering all the Sunday brunches I wasn't invited to, all the celebrations I missed, the way they'd tell the staff I was no longer welcome, if I ever showed up. Donovan, I say quietly, it's time. He's silent for a moment. The documents you had me gather. Yes, and the financial records. All here, safe in my office, everything since your grandfather passed away, including the irregular charges. My hand tightens around the phone. Perfect. Make sure everything's ready. And Donovan, not a word about who owns the club now. Let them think everything's the same as always. Of course, Mrs. Wise. Will Mr. Wise be joining you? No, I say, smiling. Let them think I'm still alone. Let them think I'm vulnerable. After hanging up, I walk to my closet and pull out the dress I've been saving. Blood red. Designer. The kind of dress that shows you've made it. My phone pings with a text from Chelsea. Be careful. Don't let them hurt you again. I type back. Don't worry. This time, I'm ready for them. Looking in the mirror, I barely recognise myself. Gone is the scared girl they threw out. In her place stands a woman who built herself back up, piece by piece. A woman who's about to serve the coldest dish of all. I pick up the invitation one last time, running my finger over the embossed letters. Time to come home, it says. Oh, I'm coming home all right, just not the way they expect. The first year after being disowned was the hardest. Cameron and I lived in a studio apartment with a mattress on the floor and a folding table for dinner. I'd never done laundry before. Cam had to teach me how to separate colours from whites. "You're sure about this?" he asked one night, watching me struggle with instant ramen. "Your family, your inheritance, it was your whole life." I burned my tongue on the noodles. "No, you're my life now." He kissed my forehead. "Then we'll build something new." And we did. I started small, freelance marketing for local businesses. Cam worked 2 jobs so I could focus on growing my client base. Every rejection made me work harder. Every time I saw my family in the society pages, I pushed myself further. By year 3, I had an office. Small, but mine. By year 5, I had employees. Real ones, not just interns. The local business journal ran a piece about me. Marketing Maven rises from scratch. My mother sent it back, shredded, in an envelope with no return address. "Look what came," Cam said one evening, holding up a thick envelope. "From your grandfather's attorney." My grandfather Gregory had passed away 6 months earlier. I wasn't allowed at the funeral. Inside was a letter, written in his shaky hand. "My dearest Nancy, they wouldn't let me see you, but I watched from afar. You have your grandmother's spirit. She also chose love over money, though your father forgets that part of our history. I've left you something. My shares in the Oakwood Club, held in trust. Don't let them know until the time is right. With pride, Grandpa Greg." I called Donovan that night. He'd been the club manager for decades. "Is it true?" I asked. "The shares?" "Yes, ma'am. Mr. Gregory arranged everything legally. You own 30% of the club." I spent the next 5 years building my empire while quietly buying more shares. Board members were happy to sell. The club wasn't as profitable as it used to be, probably because of all the mysterious charges I found while reviewing the books. "Look at this," Donovan said during one of our secret meetings, spreading documents across his desk. "Charges authorised under your grandfather's membership, dated 3 years after his death." I picked up a statement. "Who signed these?" "Your father, and some by your brother Levi. I hired Livia, a razor-sharp private investigator, to dig deeper. She found a pattern of fraud going back years. They'd been using my dead grandfather's membership to write off personal expenses, hiding money from taxes." "It's all documented," Livia said, handing me a thick file. "Every transaction, every forged signature. Want me to take it to the authorities?" "Not yet," I replied. "Keep digging into Levi's new wellness brand. Something feels off." My media company grew into a powerhouse. I specialised in crisis management for the elite. Oh, the irony. Cam's engineering firm took off too. We bought a house, then a better one. I made the Forbes 40 under 40 list. That's when the calls started. "Nancy?" Chelsea's voice was urgent. "They're talking about you at family dinners. Levi keeps bringing up your success." Let me guess. Suddenly they're proud of me? They're desperate. Levi's business is tanking. Uncle Leonard lost big on some investments. I hung up and called Donovan. "How many shares do we control now?" "With the latest purchase, 51%, Mrs. Wise. You officially own the Oakwood Club." I sat back in my chair, looking at the skyline through my office window. 12 years of work, 12 years of climbing back up, all while they thought I was nothing. My phone buzzed. Livia. "You need to see this," she said. "Levi's wellness brand. It's a front. He's moving money through it, trying to hide losses. Classic laundering setup." "Document everything," I told her, "and get me the names of everyone involved." That night, Cam found me in our home office, surrounded by papers. "The invitation arrived today," he said softly. I looked up at my husband, still handsome, still kind, still the best decision I ever made. "They're going to ask for money," I said. "That's what this reconciliation dinner is about." He sat beside me. "And you're going to give them something else entirely. They need to learn," I whispered, "about consequences, About karma. Cam picked up the invitation. Want me there? No, let them think I'm alone. Let them think I'm desperate for their approval. I smiled. Let them think nothing's changed. He kissed me softly. Everything's changed. You changed it. I gathered the documents, the fraud evidence, the laundering proof, the ownership papers. Years of ammunition, waiting for the right moment. The dinner was in 3 days. Time to show my family exactly who they'd thrown away. The red Valentino, Chelsea says, holding up the dress. It screams, I don't need your money. We're in my walk-in closet, preparing for tonight's dinner. Chelsea arrived early to help, and to brief me on the latest family gossip. Levi's wife left him last month, she says, fixing my hair, cleaned out their joint accounts first. Karma's getting started without me. My phone buzzes. It's Livia. You're going to want to hear this, she says when I put her on speaker. Levi's company, he's been moving money through shell corporations, lots of it, but here's the kicker. Some transactions trace back to offshore accounts in your father's name. Chelsea's eyes widen. Uncle Leonard is involved. Up to his neck, Livia confirms. I've got proof of at least 6 wire transfers. They're desperate to cover their tracks. Perfect timing, I say. Send everything to Donovan. After hanging up, I slip into the red dress. 6-inch Louboutins complete the look, armour for battle. You're sure about this? Chelsea asks, watching me apply lipstick. Once you do this, there's no going back. They didn't give me away back 12 years ago. The Oakwood Club looks exactly the same, all old money and polished marble. The valet's eyes widen when I pull up in my Porsche. Last time I was here, I was being escorted out by security. Donovan meets me at the entrance. Everything's prepared, Mrs. Wise. Your family arrived 10 minutes ago. And the documents? In my office, ready when you need them. He pauses. Your father tried to charge dinner to your grandfather's membership again. I smile. Of course he did. Chelsea squeezes my hand before heading to her position at the bar, where she'll have a clear view of everything. I take a deep breath and walk into the main dining room. They're at their usual table. Table 12 by the window. My mother sees me first. Her face does that thing where she's trying to smile, but her Botox won't let her. Nancy, she says, standing. You came. My father doesn't stand. He looks older, greyer, but his eyes are still cold. Daughter. Levi jumps up, arms wide for a hug. Little sister, God, how long has it been? 12 years, 3 months, I say, stepping back from his embrace. But who's counting? He laughs too loudly. Look at you, so successful. We've been following your career. Have you? I sit down, smoothing my dress. Funny, I never got any congratulations cards. My mother's face tightens. Nancy, please, we're here to heal, not rehash old wounds. A waiter appears with champagne, not just any champagne, the same vintage they served the night they disowned me. To family, my father says, raising his glass. I raise mine, noting how his hand trembles slightly. To karma. What? Nothing. I smile. To family. Levi leans forward, all charm and white teeth. You know, sis, I've been thinking. With your marketing expertise and my wellness brand, we could do amazing things together. Your wellness brand, I say slowly. Enlighten me. He launches into a practiced pitch about holistic healing and cryptocurrency investment opportunities. I let him talk, watching my father's face grow increasingly anxious. Sounds fascinating, I say, when he finally pauses for breath. How's the cash flow? Levi's smile flickers. My father clears his throat. Actually, Nancy, that's partly why we wanted to meet. As family, we should support each other, help each other grow. Help, I repeat, like you helped me 12 years ago. My mother sets down her fork. That was different. You were being foolish, throwing away a perfect match for love? For nothing, she snaps, then quickly composes herself. But that's in the past. We're willing to move forward, to welcome you back. For a price, I say. Levi shifts uncomfortably. My father's jaw tightens. We're offering you a chance to restore your position in this family, he says, to make things right. I take another sip of champagne, catching Chelsea's eye at the bar. She gives me a subtle nod. Donovan has the files ready. Let's be clear, I say, setting down my glass. You need money. Levi's business is failing. Your offshore accounts are being watched. And you thought, what? That I'd be so desperate for your approval that I'd hand over my hard-earned money. The colour drains from my father's face. Levi's smile disappears entirely. How did you... he starts. No. I stand up slowly. I know everything, big brother. Every fraudulent charge, every laundered dollar, every lie. I signal to Donovan, who begins walking toward our table with a thick folder. But don't worry, I say, smoothing my dress again. I'm about to show you exactly how much family loyalty means to me. Levi stands to hug me, whispering urgently in my ear. Let's put the past behind us, sis. I've got a proposition you'll want to hear. I smile, watching Donovan approach with what I know will destroy them. Game on. Where's Cameron tonight? My mother asks, her voice dripping with fake concern. Don't tell me he finally... He's working, I cut her off. Some of us actually earn our money. Levi jumps in, smoothing the tension. Speaking of earning money, my wellness brand is revolutionising the industry. We're talking billions in potential revenue. Billions? I raise an eyebrow. That's quite a projection for a company that can't make payroll. His smile freezes. My father coughs loudly. Nancy, let's not be crude, he says. We're having a nice family dinner. The waiter arrives with appetizers, foie gras for them, salad for me, just like old times. Still not eating properly, I see, my mother sighs. That was always your problem, never doing things the right way. I spear a cherry tomato. And what's the right way, Mother? Forging dead people's signatures? Levi chokes on his wine. My father's hand tightens around his fork. I don't know what you're talking about, he says carefully. No? I pull out my phone, scrolling through photos. So this isn't your signature authorising charges under grandfather's membership, 3 years after he died? Those are club matters, my father snaps. Nothing for you to concern yourself with. My mother touches his arm. Leonard, please. Nancy, dear, we're not here to discuss business. We want to make amends. Amends, I repeat. Is that what we're calling it? Levi pulls out a folder, sliding it across the table. Look, sis, here are the projections. With your marketing expertise and a small investment, say 20 million, we could double that in 6 months. I flip through the papers, noting the creative accounting. Interesting numbers. Did you generate these before or after your wife emptied your accounts? His face darkens. That's not relevant. I close the folder. Like how you're using the wellness brand to hide money from her lawyers? My father stands abruptly. Enough! We invited you here out of kindness, to give you a chance to rejoin your family, and this is how you repay us? Repay you? I laugh. That's rich, coming from someone who's about to be audited by the IRS. The colour drains from his face. My mother's hand shakes as she reaches for her water. You wouldn't, she whispers. Try me. Levi leans forward, desperation creeping into his voice. Nancy, please, we can work something out. I know I wasn't there for you before, but we're family. Family? I signal the waiter for more wine. Where was family when Cam and I were eating ramen for dinner, when I had to sell my wedding ring to pay rent? That was your choice, my mother hisses. You chose that life. No, I chose love. You chose money. How's that working out for you? My father sits back down, attempting to regain control. Name your price. Excuse me? To keep quiet, about the club charges, about Levi's business. Name your price. I look around the dining room, at the crystal chandeliers, the oil paintings, the other wealthy families enjoying their dinners. All this privilege, all this pretense. You still don't get it, I say softly. This isn't about money. Cynthia slides another folder toward me, this one filled with investment paperwork. We're prepared to offer you back your inheritance, full restoration to the family. All you have to do is help your brother. I pick up the folder, pretending to study it. Behind them, I see Donovan slip a USB drive into his pocket, the one containing copies of every fraudulent transaction they've ever made. You know what's funny, I say, closing the folder. You think you're still in control, that you can still manipulate me with promises of money and status. We're trying to help you, my father growls. No, you're drowning. And instead of admitting your mistakes, you're trying to drag me down with you. Levi's phone buzzes. He checks it and his face goes pale. Dad, he whispers. The bank just called. They're freezing our accounts. My father's hand shakes as he pulls out his own phone. Multiple messages flash across the screen. What did you do? He demands. I stand up, smoothing my dress. Me? Nothing. But it seems your creative accounting finally caught someone's attention. You'll regret this, my mother says, her voice trembling. We'll make sure you never... Never what? I lean down, meeting her eyes. Never work in this city again? Never show my face at the club? Never access my inheritance? I smile. Those threats might have worked 12 years ago, but now... I signal to Donovan, who nods and heads toward his office. Now, I continue, I think it's time we discuss who really owns this club. The look of confusion on their faces is priceless. The night is just getting started. The memory hits me as I watch my father frantically checking his phone. 12 years ago, I was standing in a pawn shop, tears streaming down my face as I handed over my wedding ring. I'll buy it back, I promised the shop owner. Just hold it for me. He'd looked at me with pity. Sure, honey, I'll keep it aside for a month. It took me 3 months to earn enough. By then, it was gone. My phone vibrates. Livia's calling. Excuse me, I say sweetly to my family. I need to take this. In the hallway, Livia's voice is urgent. The documents are solid. Leonard authorised charges under Gregory's membership for 3 years after his death. Over $2 million in fraudulent expenses. And Levi? His wellness brand is worse than we thought. He's been taking investments from retirees, promising impossible returns. Classic Ponzi scheme. I glance back at our table. My father's on his phone, probably calling his lawyer. Levi's sweating through his expensive shirt. Perfect, I say. Send everything to the authorities. Back at the table, my mother's reapplying her lipstick with shaking hands. Everything all right, dear? She asks, false concern dripping from every word. Not trouble with, what's his name, the nobody you married? The old rage bubbles up. You mean Cameron, the man who held me while I cried after you sent tabloids those lies about me, who worked double shifts so I could build my business? Please, she scoffs, we were protecting you from yourself. By telling reporters I had a drug problem, that I was mentally unstable? Levi at least has the decency to look ashamed. We shouldn't have... Save it. I pull out my phone, showing them the old article. Remember this? Jordan heiress spirals into addiction. The story that cost me my first 3 clients. My father's face is red. We did what was necessary. Necessary? I laugh. Like stealing from a dead man was necessary? The colour drains from his face. What did you say? Grandfather's membership, father. The one you kept using after he died. The one you forged his signature on, month after month. My mother grabs her purse. We're leaving. This was clearly a mistake. Sit down, I say quietly. We're not finished. Something in my voice makes her obey. You have no proof, my father says, but his voice wavers. I signal Donovan, who approaches with a thick folder. Actually, I have every proof, every charge, every forged signature, every fraudulent transaction. Levi stands up. This is blackmail. No, brother dear, this is karma. I turn to Donovan. Please show them. He opens the folder, laying out document after document. Credit card statements, bank transfers, forged signatures. This is what you've been doing with grandfather's legacy, I say, using his name to steal from the club he loved. My father's hands shake as he examines the papers. These are club matters, private matters. They're criminal matters, I correct him, and as the owner of this club I take fraud very seriously. There's a moment of absolute silence. owner? My mother whispers. I smile. Did you really think grandfather would leave me with nothing? His shares were just the beginning. I've been buying more for years. As of last month, I own 51% of the Oakwood Club. Levi collapses back into his chair. That's impossible. Like it's impossible that your wellness brand is a Ponzi scheme? I pull out more papers. These investments you've been collecting, did you tell these retirees their money was going straight to offshore accounts? You don't understand, he pleads. I can explain. My phone buzzes again. It's Chelsea texting from the bar. Police just pulled up outside. Right on schedule. I'm afraid explanations will have to wait, I say, standing up. It seems some of your investors filed complaints. The SEC is very interested in your business practices. My father grabs my arm. You can't do this. We're family. I pull away, remembering another touch. Cameron holding my hand as we ate cold noodles in our first apartment, promising me we'd make it. Family? I straighten my dress. You threw me away like garbage because I chose love over money. You tried to destroy me, but instead... 2 police officers enter the dining room, heading straight for our table. Instead, I built something real, something honest. I step back as they approach, and now you get to learn what that feels like, to lose everything you thought defined you. Mr. Leonard, one officer says, we need you and your son to come with us. My mother starts to cry. Levi looks like he might vomit. I turn to Donovan. Please make sure Mrs. Jordan gets home safely, and do cancel their memberships. We don't extend credit to criminals. The look on their faces as they're led away. It should feel sweeter than this. But all I feel is tired, and maybe, finally, free. The appetizers arrive just as my father raises his glass, his hand trembling slightly. To family reunited, to proper order restored. The irony is delicious, almost as delicious as the look on his face when Donovan approaches with another folder. Sir, Donovan says, I have some matters that require immediate attention. My father waves him away. Not now. We're having a family dinner. I'm afraid this can't wait. Donovan places the folder on the table. These are the club's financial records from the past decade, including all charges made under Mr. Gregory's membership after his death. The colour drains from my father's face. My mother's hand freezes halfway to her wine glass. What is the meaning of this? She demands. I take a slow sip of wine. Would you like to explain, Father? Or should I? Levi jumps in, desperate to control the situation. Look, there must be some misunderstanding. These are private club matters. Fraud isn't private, I cut him off. Neither is money laundering. The surrounding tables have gone quiet. My father notices, lowering his voice to a harsh whisper. Whatever you think you know, I know everything. I open the folder, spreading out documents like playing cards. Every forged signature, every fake expense, every dollar you stole using a dead man's name. My mother's perfectly manicured nails dig into the tablecloth. You're making a scene. No, Mother, I'm making justice. Donovan clears his throat. Mr. Leonard, as per club policy, will need immediate payment for all fraudulent charges. The total comes to just over $2 million. This is absurd, my father explodes. I'm a founding member. My family built this club. Actually, I say quietly, grandfather built this club, the same grandfather whose name you've been forging. Levi's phone buzzes again. His face goes ashen as he reads the message. Dad, he whispers, the SEC, they're at the office. They're seizing everything. My father stands so quickly, his chair topples backward. What have you done? Me? I smile. I simply pointed them toward the truth. About the club fraud, about Levi's Ponzi scheme, about those offshore accounts you thought were so clever. You vindictive little... Careful, Father, the other members are watching. And they are. The elite of society, all pretending not to stare at our table while drinking in every word. My mother tries one last time. Nancy, darling, we can work this out as a family. Family? I pull out my phone, showing her the old tabloid headlines. Like when you told reporters I was a drug addict. When you tried to have Cameron blacklisted from every engineering firm in the city? We were protecting you. No, you were protecting your image, your precious social standing. I stand up slowly. How's that working out for you now? Donovan returns with security. Mr. Leonard, I'm afraid we'll need your membership card. You can't do this, my father sputters. I'm on the board. Not anymore. I finally let my smile show all my teeth. As majority owner of the Oakwood Club, I'm afraid I'll have to revoke your membership immediately. The silence that follows is absolute. Owner? Levi chokes out. Surprise! I signal to the waitstaff. Please pack up their meals, they won't be staying for dinner. My mother's face crumples. All this time, you've been planning this? No, Mother, all this time I've been building something real, something honest. You just made it necessary to expose your lies along the way. Security steps forward. My father looks around wildly, seeing nothing but turned backs and whispers from his fellow club members. This isn't over, he threatens. Actually, it is. I nod to Donovan. The police are waiting outside. They're very interested in those forged signatures. As they're escorted out, my mother turns back one last time. We gave you everything. No, I say softly. You took everything, and now you get to learn what that feels like. Chelsea joins me as the doors close behind them. That was intense. It's not finished. I check my phone. Messages from Livia confirming the SEC raids, from our lawyers confirming the charges will stick. What happens now? Chelsea asks. I look around the dining room, at the crystal chandeliers, the oil paintings, all the trappings of wealth that once seemed so important. Now, I signal for the check. Now we see what they're made of when everything they valued is gone, just like they did to me. And are you... Chelsea hesitates. Are you happy? I think about Cameron waiting at home, about the life we built from nothing, about the strength I found when they threw me away. Happy isn't the word, I say, but free, finally free. The matron appears with the bill. I sign it using my married name, the name that got me disowned, the name I wore while building my empire. Nancy Wise, no longer in their shadow, no longer their victim, just me. The chaos erupts faster than I expected. My father's face drains of all colour as he reads the text message from his lawyer. They've frozen everything, he whispers. Every account, every asset. Levi's already on his phone, voice cracking. What do you mean you can't access the offshore accounts? Try again. My mother sits eerily still, her perfect posture finally crumbling. What will people say? The truth, I answer, for once. Security guards appear at both entrances. Donovan steps forward with more paperwork. Mrs. Wise, he says, using my married name deliberately. The authorities need signatures on these documents. Levi lunges across the table, grabbing my arm. You can stop this. You have the power to make this go away. I shake him off. Like you made me go away 12 years ago. That was different. We were protecting the family name. And now I'm protecting something more important. Justice. My father stands, trying to gather his remaining dignity. You think you've won? You think this makes you powerful? No, Father, this makes me honest, something you never understood. The main doors burst open. 2 police officers enter, followed by a man in a dark suit. Mr. Leonard? The suit flashes his badge. SEC, we have some questions about certain financial transactions. My mother's perfectly manicured hands shake as she reaches for her purse. We need our lawyer. Your lawyer's already at the station, I tell her. Apparently, he had quite a lot to say about Levi's investment scheme. Levi collapses into his chair. You don't understand. The wellness brand. It was supposed to work. I just needed more time. Time? I pull out more documents. Time to steal more money from retirees? To hide more assets from your wife's divorce lawyers? Please, he begs. I have kids. So did the people you stole from. The SEC agent steps forward. Mr. Leonard, Mr. Levi, we need you to come with us. My father's face turns purple. This is your doing, your revenge. No, I say quietly. This is your karma. Every lie, every scheme, every cruel action, it all comes back around. Chelsea appears at my side as they're being handcuffed. The press is outside. Of course they are. The mighty Leonard, pillar of society, being led out of his beloved club in handcuffs. His son, the golden boy, crying as cameras flash. My mother makes one last attempt. Nancy, if you ever loved us. I did love you. That's what made your betrayal so painful. We can fix this, she pleads. As a family. Family, I laugh. You declared me dead to you, remember? The officers start leading them away. My father turns back, his face twisted with rage. You think you're better than us. You're nothing without the family name. Wrong again. I stand tall. I'm everything because I built my own name. While you were stealing from dead men and swindling retirees, I was creating something real. Donovan appears with their membership cards, cut neatly in half. The board has been notified of the change in ownership. All their privileges are revoked. My mother starts to cry. Real tears this time, not the theatrical ones she's famous for. Where are we supposed to go? She whispers. Maybe try a studio apartment, I suggest. With a mattress on the floor, it builds character. The officers lead them toward the door. Reporters' voices float in from outside, along with camera flashes. Levi makes one last desperate plea. The investors, they'll lose everything. No, I correct him. I've already set up a restitution fund. Every penny they lost will be returned. From your personal accounts, your hidden assets, and yes, from that offshore money you thought was so well hidden. The SEC agent nods approvingly. Mrs. Wise has been very helpful in tracing the funds. They're almost at the door when my father tries one final time. You'll regret this. You'll miss us. Like you missed me? I step closer. Like you missed my wedding, my first success, all the moments you threw away because I chose love over money? He has no answer. The doors open, cameras flash, questions fly. And just like that, the mighty Leonard is gone, replaced by a hunched man in handcuffs. Chelsea touches my arm. Are you okay? I watch as they're placed in separate police cars. Watch as my mother's perfect makeup runs with tears. Watch as Levi's confident smile crumbles. You know what's strange? I say. I thought this would feel better. But all I feel is free. My phone buzzes. It's Cameron. It's done, I text him. His reply is immediate. Come home. You don't need to watch the rest. He's right. I've seen enough. I turn to Donovan. Make sure every member knows the truth. Not rumours, not gossip. The truth. Yes, Mrs. Wise. As I walk out, I pass the table where it all began 12 years ago, where they disowned me, where they threw me away. I don't look back. The media circus outside the Oakwood Club is deafening. Reporters shout questions as I make my way to my car. Mrs. Wise, did you orchestrate your family's downfall? Was this revenge for being disowned? What happens to the club now? I ignore them all, sliding into my Porsche. Chelsea follows in her own car as we head home. The night isn't over yet. Cameron's waiting on our front porch, 2 glasses of wine ready. Proud of you, he says simply. Before I can respond, my phone rings. It's Livia. They're processing them now, she says. Your father's lawyer is trying to make a deal. Levi's wife is filing for full custody. And... She pauses. Your mother's asking to see you. No, I say firmly. That chapter's closed. Inside, I kick off my heels and curl up on our couch. Chelsea pours herself a glass of wine, while Cameron wraps an arm around me. Did you see their faces? Chelsea asks. When they realised you owned the club. I saw something better, I reply. I saw them finally face consequences. My phone buzzes with a text from Donovan. Board meeting tomorrow. Members want to discuss rebranding. Going to change the club's name? Cameron asks, reading over my shoulder. I shake my head. No. Grandfather built that place. It keeps his name, not theirs. Chelsea's scrolling through news alerts. They're calling it the scandal of the decade. Social media's exploding. Let them talk, I say. Truth is better than rumours. Another text, this time from Livia. Your father's lawyer quit, says the evidence is overwhelming. Cameron squeezes my hand. How do you feel, really? I think about it, about the long road here, about the nights we struggled, the tears we shed, the strength we found. I feel... I start, then my phone rings again. It's my mother. Don't answer it, Chelsea warns, but I do. Nancy? Her voice is small, broken. They're keeping your father overnight. Levi too. I don't know what to do. Funny, I say. That's exactly how I felt 12 years ago. Please, she whispers. I'm your mother. No, you gave up that right when you chose money over love. I hang up, block the number. Chelsea stands. I should go. Tomorrow's going to be crazy with press. Stay, I say. Family should stick together. She tears up at that. The cousin who never abandoned me, who kept me informed, who chose right over easy. Speaking of family, Cameron says, pulling out an envelope. Remember this? My heart stops. It's my wedding ring, the one I had to pawn, the one I thought was lost forever. How? Found the shop owner, he says. Been holding on to this, waiting for the right moment. I open the envelope with shaking hands. The simple gold band gleams up at me. You didn't need to. Yes, I did. He slides it onto my finger. Because this ring, this represents everything they tried to destroy. Our love, our choice, our strength. Chelsea wipes her eyes. Now that's real wealth. My phone buzzes one last time. Livia again. Restitution papers are ready. Every investor will get their money back, plus interest. Good, I say. Make it public. Let everyone see the truth. Cameron pours more wine. To karma? No, I correct him. To love, to choice, to building something real. We clink glasses just as breaking news flashes across the TV. Prominent family faces federal charges in investment scandal. Chelsea turns it off. Enough news. Tell me about the new plans for the club. I smile. First order of business? Starting a scholarship fund for students who choose their own path. In grandfather's name? In the name of choice, did I say? In the name of proving that real success isn't inherited, it's earned. Cameron kisses my temple. You did it, love. You showed them. No, I correct him. We did it. Every struggle, every setback, every small victory. We did it together. Outside, the media circus continues. My phone keeps lighting up with messages. The world wants to know how the disowned daughter brought down an empire. But here, in this moment, none of that matters. What matters is this: my cousin who stayed true, my husband who believed in me, and the strength I found when they threw me away. You know what's funny? I say, looking at my recovered wedding ring. They thought they were punishing me by cutting me off. Instead, they set me free. Chelsea raises her glass. To freedom. To truth, Cameron adds. To real family, I finish. The kind you choose, the kind that chooses you back. They disowned me for marrying beneath me. Turns out I just married above them. And that's worth more than all their money ever was.